Hello, my name is Justin Titus with the National Weather Service Weather Forecast Office in Springfield, Missouri. We're going to go over a weather briefing for severe weather potential for Tuesday into Tuesday night. Note that this was recorded on Monday evening, and if you're watching this on Tuesday morning, it is likely outdated, and you need to go to our social media or our webpage at weather.gov/Springfield for the latest information. We are looking at the potential for strong tornadoes, very large hail, and damaging winds with a severe weather event on Tuesday into Tuesday night. The key messages with this event is we're looking at isolated severe risk Tuesday afternoon, early Tuesday afternoon. The greatest chances and coverage for severe weather is in the evening hours, late evening especially, into the overnight hours on Tuesday evening into Tuesday night. The overall concerns with this are tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds with this system. And then we'll be looking at gusty wind potential on Tuesday into early Wednesday, not even associated with the thunderstorms, just your general wind. The important update we have for you this evening is that portions of the forecast area were upgraded to a moderate risk. As you can see in the map on the right, the portions of kind of south central Missouri into portions of southwest Missouri are in that red area, which is a level 4 out of 5 on our severe hazards map. So that's a moderate risk, and much of the rest of the area is either an enhanced risk, which is a 3 out of 5, or a slight risk over western Missouri and southeast Kansas, which is a 2 out of 5. Since moderate risk is somewhat unusual for our area, let's go over a quick definition of what that is. So we're expecting widespread severe thunderstorms. It's certainly possible, maybe even likely. We're looking at the potential for long-lived intense thunderstorms in that moderate risk area. And so you're going to want to have multiple ways to get warnings from the National Weather Service and take these warnings more seriously than a lower severe type event, since some of these storms may be on the stronger side for even a severe thunderstorm. Looking at the tornado outlook specifically for Tuesday night, the entire area has potential for tornadoes, though the threat area for the strongest tornadoes is mainly from kind of late evening into the early morning hours on Wednesday. And that threat area is mainly kind of east of Springfield for the most part, especially the concern for stronger, higher end tornadoes. Now, this is a potential. It's worth noting that a lot of ingredients have to come together to make this happen, and we might be in for some surprises on Tuesday that either increase or decrease this risk. If everything comes together, we're looking at this potential for possibility of even some strong tornadoes in the EF2 plus category. Like I said, mainly kind of east of Springfield area, and that hatched area on the map with the black little hatch marks. That uncertainty is due to a cap of warm air aloft, which will limit thunderstorm updraft development. We just don't know if thunderstorms are going to pop up earlier in the day that kind of spoil our chances for later in the evening and overnight, or how that will play out at this point. So you need to check back on Tuesday morning and even Tuesday afternoon for further updates to this concern. Looking at the hail probabilities, again, the entire area has potential for large hail. Large hail is defined as 1 inch in diameter or greater. And the main potential for this is during the evening and into the overnight hours. Now, in the hatched area on your map, which is mainly over the western portions of our forecast area from central Missouri down into southeast Kansas and far southwest Missouri, that hatched area represents a potential for very large hail, greater than 2 inches in diameter. And we're thinking right now there's potential for hail up to the size of tennis balls in that area. Not every storm will have tennis ball size hail, but we're looking at potential for it if the ingredients come together. Looking at the damaging wind category here of our outlook, we have damaging wind potential across the entire area with the highest probabilities for damaging winds, mainly kind of along and east of Highway 65 in the areas in red on your map. So we have some general ideas for how this will play out, kind of in multiple rounds. Now these are pretty pretty uncertain at this time. And you're going to take these and look at these areas as pretty generalized outlooks. So if you look on the left, the noon to 6 p.m. time frame is our potential round one. This is our lowest confidence. Right now, then the atmosphere should be pretty capped off and not able to support much thunderstorm growth or development without a front getting into the area to push those thunderstorms through that cap, we call it. So our confidence is pretty low in severe thunderstorm chances. If thunderstorms do occur, they would be most likely east of Highway 65. And the main concerns with these would be large hail and damaging wind gusts. But we're still not looking at our strongest storms potential, and I think the probabilities are pretty low during this time. Moving on to the evening hours. In the 6 p.m. to midnight, kind of around 2, we have a couple different areas that we're concerned about. One over the eastern Ozarks, generally east of Highway 65, and one over far west of Missouri into southeast Kansas. Our confidence with this is a little higher, especially as you get later into the evening. With this, we'll be seeing potential for large hail, perhaps very large hail, damaging wind gusts, and tornado threat will be starting to increase during this time. Especially earlier on in the evening, the tornado threat will not be as high, but the later we go, the higher those chances increase. And then if we look at the graphic on the far right, the kind of midnight to 6 a.m. time frame, there's potential that this moves a little farther west, but we're starting to be more concerned by that time that the front has moved more to the east of Springfield, east of Highway 65, and your main severe threat would be there. At this point, our confidence is increasing a little more. We have potential for strong tornadoes, very large hail, and widespread damaging winds, again, if all those ingredients come together just right. So on top of our severe weather event, we're going to be looking at another gusty wind day. We've had a few of those across the Ozarks lately. This one's going to be bringing southerly winds gusting 35 to 50 miles per hour. The highest wind gusts are expected Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning, mainly west of Highway 65 with some gusts up to 50, maybe even some 55s over in that area. So let's talk about what to do next. Now that you know this information, where do you go from here? So right now is the time to prepare and plan for potential severe weather. You can go to ready.gov for some information on how to prepare for severe storms and some resources there. We're in the day before category, so the middle of this graphic here. So now is the time to start thinking about, do I need to adjust plans? Will we be doing stuff outdoors? How exposed will we be to weather based on our plans for late in the day on Tuesday into Tuesday night especially. Now is the time to make sure that you have ways to receive warnings, especially through the new wireless emergency alert system that you can get warnings sent straight to your phone whenever we issue tornado or high-end severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, more information on that and how to set that up is available at ready.gov. And clean out your storm shelters, kind of do some final preparations for that severe weather event. Once we get into tomorrow, it's time to set up a communication plan. Once we get especially into tomorrow evening, know where to go, have a plan, and get ready to take action based on that plan. It's especially important that we talk about the potential for this event to take place after dark, especially with that increasing tornado threat and potential for significant tornadoes and very large hail, strong winds after dark into the overnight hours when people are sleeping. You not only need ways to get warnings, you need to have ways to get warnings that will wake you up and get you out of bed. So whatever that is for you, you need to establish that now and make sure you have those in place in case you have a significant storm come upon your house or where you're at in the overnight hours when you're sleeping. Then if we go into the Tuesday morning time frame, that's when you need to check back for updates. Again, if you're listening to this on Tuesday morning, this is out of date and you need to go to weather.gov/Springfield for updates or our Facebook or Twitter accounts to get the latest and greatest information there. And then once we start talking into Tuesday night, especially Tuesday evening into Tuesday night, that is the time to monitor for watches and warnings coming from us at the National Weather Service. A little bit about that. If we're talking thunderstorm or tornado watches or warnings, a watch, severe thunderstorm or tornado, is issued when those threats are possible. So the storms may or may not have formed yet, but we're still some time out. We don't see anything imminently on radar getting ready to impact your location. But this is the time to be prepared. Make sure you are aware of the weather. Make sure you're thinking about weather over the next few hours. Now, once we issued a warning, tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning, that is the time to act. That means we expect that we see that thunderstorm on radar. We see, the thunderstorm potentially producing a tornado on radar if it's a tornado warning. And that is when you need to actually take action if one is issued for your location. Take shelter immediately because that storm could impact you from within a few minutes or a couple minutes to 20 or 30 minutes from now. Again, we'll leave you with this graphic right here to keep those resources in front of you. Again, the website ready.gov for planning, weather.gov/Springfield, and our social media accounts. Now's the time to prepare for this event. Again, check back on Tuesday morning for more information. Thank you.